First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, honor, due unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to the Apostle El's a great millstone. And no respect to the brothers teaching and preaching the truth all over the globe worldwide. Coming back at you again with another lesson through the power of spirit, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakakadash, Barakatah. To all the sincere listeners out there. And a lesson is coming from an article for RT News. And the title of this article reads, Western media claims Russian missile tests mean Moscow preparing for nuclear war as U.S. fired tomahawks from warship. And we know that in the spirit, and we know according to the scriptures that all these nations are gearing up for World War III, for the third woe. And the word woe means, destruction. And, you know what I'm saying? And World War III is coming around the corner. And now you got all these nations that are gearing up, for this nuclear war. And, read the title of the article again. It reads, Western media claims Russian missile tests means Moscow preparing for nuclear war as U.S. fired tomahawks from warship. And the those that are in the know, we know that World War III is inevitable. Meaning that, that this nuclear war is going to happen, because the scripture tells us, and it's all throughout the scriptures, that this war is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And wars back then, were fought with axes and swords and spears and melee weapons. You know what I'm saying? It was fought with confused noise. And we're gonna bring that up real quick. But this war, this nuclear war, is going to be is going to be different, man. The next war, and this is Isaiah chapter 9, and we're gonna go ahead and start at verse 5. And it reads, For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire, and that's talking about the nuclear war that is upon the horizon. And the third, and World War III is going to be a nuclear war. You know what I'm saying? Because these nations are coming together to be judged by Yahweh Hashem Shah. Because the Most High is going to judge these people, for what they've done, man. Especially against the Most High chosen people. And these people know that they have a heavy judgment coming upon them, man. And they know this. And that's the reason why these people are very scared. And they know that this World War III is going to be unavoidable, man. And it doesn't matter how much peace talks and how many summits they're going through to try to, try to de-escalate this war. It's not going to matter, because Yahweh Hashem Shah already said it in the scriptures that this war is going to happen, man, and it's going to be a nuclear war. And let's go to Joel. Let's think of Joel 3, and we're going to start at verse 1. And it reads, For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, when they had scattered among the nations and parted my land. And these people, these nations are going to be gathered in the valley of Jehoshaphat, means that, that's going to be the place of judgment. And that word plea with it says in scripture, not talking about Yahweh Shem outside going to get on his knees and he's going to beg them to let his people go. He's not talking about that type of pleading. In the plea he's talking about he's going to judge. He's going to judge, these nations for what they have done to the children of Israel. And all these nations are going to be dragged into this war, especially here in Babylon the Great, because of those J's over there in the land. He's going to drag, America, Babylon the Great in this war, man. Because America, aka Babylon the Great, is going to be judged as well. And this place here is going to be wiped off the map. And only desert creatures is going to inhabit, this place. And these other nations are going, going to shoot their missiles over here in Babylon the Great. Because these other nations are tired and they fed up with, America's bullying tactics and America's antics, man. And they're going to come to the point that the Most High, Yahweh Shem Shah, is going to put his spirit upon these kings and these rulers of these other nations. And all of them are going to shoot their missiles over here in Babylon the Great. Not only here, but they're going to shoot those missiles over there in the land of the state of Israel. And that place is going to be obliterated, with thermonuclear missiles, because that land over there where those J's are at, those fake J's are at, it has to be cleansed because of all the wickedness that these people had brought over there in the land. And who are those people that are dwelling in that state, the so-called state of Israel? Those are Amalekites, which they also evil Eves as well, man. They the higher upper echelon of evil Eves. And so, the Most High is going to allow some nuclear missiles to come over to the state of Israel, and it's going to have to be cleansed of all the wickedness and all the evil, that's been in the land. You probably like, what's all this has to do with, Russia getting geared up for war? Russia, if Ezekiel chapter, I believe it's 38, it goes into the nation of Gog and Magog. And Gog and Magog is going to be like a guard unto these other small nations, like, the other nations like North Korea, and Iran, all these nations, they're going to be on the side of Gog and Magog. And they're going to shoot their missiles over, into the state of Israel and also in Babylon the Great. But, at the end of it all, all these nations are going to shoot missiles over here. In this place is going to be wiped off. It's going to be wiped out, man. And there's not going to be an inhabitant that's going to dwell in Babylon the Great, And let's just go on with the next scripture, which is in Revelation chapter 17. And this is verse 16. And it reads, "And the 10 horn which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire." Those 10 whores are those 10 nations that are part, that are in the European Union, man. And all these were confederate with the beast, and all of them was, part of that beast system, which is ran and is controlled and led by America, Babylon the Great. And all these 10 horns, which represent NATO and the EU, are going to turn against that great, they're going to turn against the whore, which is Babylon the Great, aka America, and they're going to shoot their missiles over here, and they're going to basically bring this place down to utter ruin, man. This place is going to be destroyed. Why? The next verse is going to tell you, for Yahweh had put it in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? Most High is going to put his spirit upon these other nations, and they're going to turn their back on the great whore, and then the great whore is going to be judged. Why? Because the scripture says in Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 8, and we just going to go ahead and grab that, since we on the subject, might as well bring it out, you know what I'm saying, because, Babylon the Great has gotten away with a whole lot of wickedness, man, and, you know what I'm saying, and they're going to have to be judged, you know what I'm saying, and for your brother that's just waking up in the truth, I advise you to study Jeremiah 51st chapter, and that's going into the fall of Babylon the Great, which I'm going to go ahead and just start at the top. You know what I'm saying? It said, for thus said Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me and destroying the wind. And how they going to rise up against Yahweh about Shem Shah? You know what I'm saying? About oppressing the children of his children, the children of Israel. And, you know what I'm saying, the scripture tells us that the children of Israel and children of Judah, has been oppressed together, man. All 12 tribes of the children of Israel has been oppressed together here in Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got people that are scattered all over the globe, Israelites, but the majority of the Israelites are going to be, are here in Babylon the Great. And that destroying wind with Jeremiah 51st chapter. And the first verse is talking about, it's talking about those thermonuclear missiles that the Most High, as we read, Yahweh Shem Shah, as we read in Revelation chapter 17, verse 16, goes into, that, they're going to burn over fire. We're talking about those thermonuclear missiles that these other nations that's going to shoot over here in Babylon the Great, and they're going to destroy this place. And now you're seeing that, the Westerners are reporting that Russia, basically, they saying that they gearing up for war, man. They gearing up, with those warheads, those thermonuclear missiles. They getting prepared because the Most High is put the spirit upon them to prepare for war, man. Because of God and Magog, which is Russia, is going to lead the charge, man. They're going to be the ones that are going to start it off shooting the thermonuclear missiles over here in Babylon the Great. And everybody else that Russia being a guard to is going to follow suit. They're going to shoot their missiles over here. You know what I'm saying? And, as well as the nations that was confederate with America, Babylon the Great, they're going to lay a wound under this place, man. Meaning that they're going to turn their backs on America, Babylon the Great, and they're going to shoot their missiles over here. And, you know what I'm saying? And that's going to be that sweet revenge that Yahweh Shem Shah has been waiting for a long time. Because if you read in Revelation chapter 18, verse 20, you know what I'm saying? I know it's like we're going back and forth. We're going to go ahead and get this since that's over there in the next chapter, Revelation chapter 18. And why is this place going to be destroyed? You know what I'm saying? This is Revelation chapter 18, verse 20. And it reads, rejoice over her, thy heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for Yahweh have avenged you on her, and Yahweh Shem Shah is going to avenge all the blood the holy apostles and prophets, and also all the blood of the Israelites that has been shed over here in Babylon the Great. All their righteous blood, of the apostles and prophets is going to be avenged on Babylon the Great. And the people that are in rulership right now, they they went in and they, and they killed, you know, they killed those, the tribe of Gad and the people, the indigenous people, which are the Israelites from the tribe of Gad. And I believe Reuben and Simeon also dwelled in this land too. And what did Yahweh Bashim Shah said about how this land has to be cleansed? We're going to go ahead and get it. I believe in Numbers 35 and 33. Very familiar scripture. And it reads, "So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. And great recompense is going to come upon Babylon the Great because of the bloodshed and senseless violence that this place has brought upon the earth, man. Especially, America, Babylon the Great has been known to go to these other nations and to just, take and go in and just kill their leaders, kill their generals, kill their leaders and set up a puppet leader over the people to oppress them, man. And those that are rulers, which is evil, they gonna have to pay for their crimes, man. And there's no getting around it, especially over here in Babylon the Great. And the people in the land are afraid because they know that the judgment of Yahweh Shemi Shah is pretty much almost here, And the scripture also tells us that Yahweh Shemi Shah is going, he's going to visit the world which he made, and he's doing that by these plagues and by these famines and by this pestilence and all these things that you see going on. You seeing judgment that's going forth throughout the earth. And these, and these happenings are scary because they know that this place is about to go down. And this place is going to go down in a violent manner, as it will build up in a violent manner, it's going to go down in a violent manner. You can read that Revelation chapter 18, And that, that was the next verse 21, And we just going to go ahead and read it while we're there. And it reads, "And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone, which is a thermonuclear missile, and cast it into the sea." The sea represents the people that are here in this place, saying, "Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and it shall be found no more at all." And this place is going to be thrown down by thermonuclear missiles. And, and to get another scripture that came to mind, all praise Yahweh Shem Al Shah, we're going to go ahead and go to Isaiah chapter 47. This place is going to be thrown down in a violent manner. And it reads, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." How it's going to be sitting in the dust? By the thermonuclear missiles. It says, "Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt be called no more tender and delicate." And these nations are going to shoot their missiles over here, and this place is going to be thrown down in violence. And Most High is going to judge this place because of what they have done to the apostles and the prophets. And because the holy apostles and prophets are back here today. Those who believe, in reincarnation. But that's another topic. I'm not gonna get into it, because brothers have already made plenty of videos upon reincarnation. But you can get from brothers a great millstone because they made dozens upon thousands videos of talking about reincarnation. But let's get back to the topic, because this place is gonna be thrown to the ground, man. And this place had, had shed a lot of innocent blood, man. We know that we know that people ain't innocent that perish, but we know that evil is known to just shed blood, a lot of times, for no particular reason. You know, like they go to another nation, you know, which had nothing to do with them, because the other nation that didn't bow down to their demands. You know what I'm saying? They will go in their land and they will kill their leader, and then turn around and set up a puppet leader, so that someone that they could control, and so that way they can you know what I'm saying, that they can steal the resources, and that way they can manipulate the people, you know what I'm saying, in doing what they want them to do. Well, you know, so locking for that, you know, I know I'm about 20 minutes to the video, and I haven't even gotten to the article yet. But you know what I'm saying, that the spirit want to bring it out. You know what I'm saying, we're gonna just go ahead and bring it out. All right, and title this article again is Russia, Slovakia. Western media claims Russian missile tests mean Moscow preparing for nuclear war as U.S. fired Tomahawks and warship. You know what I'm saying? It's a short video on it, but you know what I'm saying? You know, if you brothers want to do a response, you know, to this video, or you want to just go into the video itself, you know what I'm saying? Feel free to do so. And we're going to read: a colossal military drill supervised by President Vladimir Putin has sent Western commentators scrambling to their underground bunkers. But as the fiery footage is beamed across around the globe, U.S. and United Kingdom rocket tests has gone unnoticed, and these people are scrambling. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that Russia is a threat. You know, and the Most High gonna put that spirit, you know, back upon, you know, Russia. You know, like I said before, Russia is, you know, Gog and Magog, man. Russia and Iran and these other nations that y'all by Shem Al Shah, he gonna put the spirit on to send the missiles over here and to destroy this place. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? People are running and they hiding and they scared because they know the fact of the matter, Yahweh Shem Al Shah is going to judge this place. And they know that judgment is pretty much here. You know what I'm saying? And it's pretty much, you know, it's pretty much here. And especially in Babylon the Great, these people are getting scared, man. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't testing their missiles. Why? Because they are practicing and they preparing for the real deal, man. Because they know that this place, Babylon the Great, is going to go down, man. And the inhabitants of this place, and they know that this place is going to be destroyed because the men of the Lord, you know, through the power of spirit of Yahweh Shem Al Shah, has already prophesied, you know, that this place is going to go down. And there's been videos on top of videos talking about the fall of Babylon the Great. And these people know it, and that's the reason why they, you know what I'm saying, they you know what I'm saying, you got people that are fleeing from America. You know, you got the, you know, global elite bankers, you know what I'm saying, they hiding underground in their bunkers because they know that destruction is coming. They know that Yahushua, along with the host of angels in the chariots, are coming back. And they coming back to deal, you know, of vengeance upon the inhabitants of the earth, man. You know, especially evil E, you know, so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? He's the main one gonna get this destruction. And you know, it's gonna be 2/3 of our people that are gonna get it too. But you know, nevertheless, the main culprit who's gonna get this destruction, you know, is evil E. You know what I'm saying? The other nations are going to get it too because why? Because they participated in the downfall of the children of Israel, man. And if you go into Psalms, the 83rd chapter, you know, you go down, start at the top and go down to verse, you know, roughly verse 6. It goes into that, man. Especially in particular in verse 3, you know, I'm just going to go ahead and just bring it out, man. I'm just going to go ahead and bring it out. Because these other nations, they're going to have to pay too. Because they participated in helping Evil Eve come in power as well. How is that? Because they they are in league with Evil E. You know what I'm saying? They wanted, you know what I'm saying? They thought that Evil E is gonna be for their benefit, man. And they're gonna realize that they have been duped by Evil E. You know what I'm saying? But they was a part of the conspiracy as well. And, you know, let's just read Psalms 83rd chapter. We're just gonna start at the top. And it reads, a song of Asaph. Keep not thy silence, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hated thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. And appointed in verse 4, it reads, they have said, come, let us cut them off of being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee, and these other nations have been confederate with Evil E to take down the children of Israel. And now they saying that, you know, Yahweh Shem Shah is visiting the world which you made. You know what I'm saying? They saying that judgment is coming upon them. And now they want to get mad, you know, per se, Evil E, because of they being duped, and they're gonna be judged as well, man, for their participation in this. But Evil E is gonna get the blunt of the punishment because of his hatred he has towards Jacob, man. You can read that in Amos chapter 1 verse 11. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He pursued his brother with the sword, man, and he cast off all pity. Meaning that, you know, Evil E pursued his brother Jacob with the sword, which are the children of Israel. And, you know what I'm saying? In the midst of them killing our people, they didn't have no pity. They didn't show no mercy. You know what I'm saying? Because they mad over this birthright. But getting back to the article, you know what I'm saying? And the Most High is going to use, you know, Russia and these other nations to judge Babylon the Great and to bring this place down with violence. You know, as the scripture said, this place is gonna be thrown down with violence, as it's built in violence, as it's built on violence and bloodshed in the backs of our people, the Israelites. This place is gonna be thrown down in violence. And how about Shimei Shah is going to deliver up the elect of Israel. But let's get back to the article, and it reads, Britain's Daily Mail reported on Thursday that Moscow was practicing for nuclear war, while the Daily Express told its readers that Russian saber-rattling risk reigniting World War III fears as global tensions remain high. And these people, you know what I'm saying, they are in panic mode, man. And they know that something is about to brew and it's coming around the corner, man. Because these other nations are gearing up for World War III. You know what I'm saying? But we know that they're still, you know, the prophecy of, you know, the race wars, you know, the tensions, and mainly the biggest prophecy is the you know, the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest prophecy that's waiting to come into place. And also the persecution of the Israelites, man. You know, they're gonna, you know, once they put their hands on the Most High chosen people, which are the elect of Israel, it's gonna be over with for them. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High, that the Most High is you know what I'm saying, it's got them blinded, and they're gonna fall right into Yahweh Shem Shah's trap. You know, basically they're gonna be checkmated. But let's just continue on. It said, however, some observers took to the internet to point out that they must have missed the reports of imminent annihilation in response to similar Western exercise, such as when the UK launched a Trident D5 missile in 2016. Similarly, U.S. led rocket tests on the Black Sea which prompted a Crimean political to warn of a potential NATO-backed invasion, which scarcely covered outside Russia. And these people are a bunch of hypocrites, man. But they want to report that, with Russia practicing, shooting off they, thermonuclear missiles, shooting off a missile, Slovakia. They saying that Russia is gearing up for war. Well, yeah, of course Russia is gearing up for war, man. You know what I'm saying? And why? Because the people who they gonna target is here in Babylon the Great. You're gonna be the target, man. That's the reason why you brought this forth. But you know what I'm saying? You out here, you practicing shooting missiles and things of that nature. For why? Because you know within yourself that you know what I'm saying, that it's gonna be a matter of time that the Russian and the rest of the other nations are gonna shoot their missiles over here. You know what I'm saying? And as it continue on, it said on Friday it emerged that the U.S. Navy had fired a new Tomahawk ballistic missile, the first of its kind, from the USS Chaffee in the Pacific Ocean. Yet the incident attracted little attention and even less concern from mainstream news organizations. They basically trying to downplay and saying that this is, what the U.S. is doing is no big deal. But they trying to say what Russia doing is a very big deal. But that shows the hypocrisy of this place, man. Because America, Babylon the Great, they know the deal, man. They know that this place is about to be destroyed, man. They know that this place is about to go down, man. And they know it, and if you understand prophecies, you understand the scriptures, you understand that this place has to go down, man. And how this place is built up with violence, it's going to go down in violence. It said yet the incident attracted little attention and less concern from the mainstream news organizations. In November, tensions between Russia and the West were driven to new highs as the General Secretary of NATO used a press conference to urge members of the bloc to send more warships to the Black Sea. Jens Stoltenberg's office then issued a report claiming that Russia frequently orders intimidatory military operations in the immediate vicinity of NATO, and these people know that they are being geared up for war, man. You know what I'm saying? They are being geared up for this World War III, this nuclear war. And this war is going to happen because the scripture tells us that this war is going to happen. And you people are afraid, you people are scared, because you know that Yahweh Hashem Al-Shah is not dealing with you, and you knowing that Yahweh Hashem Al-Shah, you know what I'm saying, he's coming for payback, man. And he's going to use Russia and Iran and these other nations to take you people down, man. And that's the reason why you people, here in Babylon the Great, you want to say that, Russia's operating, outside the treaty, and they practicing for nuclear war, and yet you got America, Babylon the Great, on their warship fired off the USS Chaffee, fired off a Tomahawk ballistic missile over there in the Pacific, and there's little none to report about it. Why? Because these people are just hypocrites, man. And you know what I'm saying? And this rulership is coming to an end. And Most High is going to allow Russia and the other nations to lead the charge. And once they lead the charge, then Yahushua is going to come back. And he's going to come back. He's going to deliver the elect of Israel. He's going to take down this wicked system. He's going to take down these nations. And Israel, the true Israel, which is all you Black, Latinos, Native Americans, are going to rule, man. and gonna be a righteous kingdom gonna be established afterwards, man. And these other nations are gonna go into their 1,000 year hardcore slavery, and at the end of the 1,000 years, these nations are gonna go back to their lands, and they gonna be in peace, but they also gonna be under the Israelites, and they gonna be following the law, statutes, commandments of Israel. But evil E, and that nation, evil E, you know what I'm saying, he's gonna be round up, and the Most High, Yahweh Shemau Shah, is gonna burn them off the planet, man, because it's not gonna be no more, you know what I'm saying, it's not gonna be no more wickedness that's going to be taking place. Wickedness is not going to rise its ugly head up and try and come back, because this is the last time that old serpent is going to deceive the nations. You know what I'm saying? Once this place goes down, that's the end of that wicked serpent, man. They gotta do their time. They did the crime, so they're gonna have to do the time. And with that, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. Another respect to the brothers teaching and preaching the truth all over the globe worldwide. See you again with another lesson real soon. Yahweh, Shalom. And the Baba Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.